Chris from the interview room did his live last night, 5 o'clock my time yesterday. He had 20,000 people. You guys see right here? He had 20,000 people. When I put on the sunglasses, the screen is black because of the, what do you call it, the polarity or whatever the heck you call the stuff that they put on the glasses to make it sunglasses, right? Doesn't interact well with this screen for this camera. So I can't see. I think I see my hand right here. It was 2 hours long. Chris's live was 2 hours long, and I can tolerate a long live if it goes somewhere. But I didn't know where it was going. I still don't know where it went. Brenda, I know you were watching with me, right? So it's like, what did you garner from this? Because he said, oh, I have some stuff that's going to blow your mind. And at first when he did his video, I really believed he was inside the house, that they put him in. He didn't go inside the house. He did what all the streamers were doing. Passed by, slowed down. The wife took pictures. And of course he was praising the wife, saying, oh, she's a good camera person. But those are the same pictures we've had from the streamers, right? And then he kept showing this house on the left and this house on the right. And he kept saying, why this house on the left, which is Nancy's house? Why not this house on the right, which is Annie's house, which is like 5 point something miles away? You know, why not Annie? Why Nancy? He kept asking that, right? Why Nancy? Why Nancy? And I think all of us have been asking that, why Nancy? And my dad says in psychology, when you ask the question why, you're supposed to follow it up with why not? So why not Nancy? Right? Why not Nancy? Since we can't answer why Nancy, why not Nancy? And I think, I might be wrong though, I think he was trying to like go towards the fact that maybe somebody was fascinated with Annie instead of somebody being fascinated with Savannah. He thinks it's more than one people who did this. I agree with that. I guess Annie works for a nonprofit that's like right near some park, and the park is just a bunch of fentanyl smokers and homeless people. And I think he's going down that avenue that it could be like the homeless drug addict people that knew where Miss Nancy lived, and you know, through Annie or whatever. And so he's not blaming Annie per se, but you know, when the brother said, Savannah, it could be because of you, Chris doesn't believe that it's because of somebody that was watching Savannah on TV, because he feels like the person knows the area. I feel that too. I feel like the person knew that house, knew that yard, because for them to be in the backyard with the doors propped open, and the doors are like the security door or the screen door and then the next door, right? So the two doors propped open. My backyard is lumpy and hilly. I wouldn't want to walk back here at night in the dark, even though I've lived here for 30 years. I would break my foot in one of these gopher holes or whatever. Definitely coming back here is safe, you know, but when you get back here, you're going to stumble. If you don't know where you're at, you're going to stumble and bump your, you know, legs into stuff and fall down. So they know the yard, right? So I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to find the house. Let's find the house. Are we going to say, why Miss Nancy's house? Why, since that's what Chris was asking. Remember, some of these cards were upside down the last time. I don't think you guys are seeing. Pull it all the way here. Pull it all the way here. I have to go with Joe to his, what do you call it, PT appointment. And I don't have to go, but he's invited me to go. And so we're going to leave here shortly. But I wanted to read while the weather was still good. Lord, all of them are upside down right now. Where's the house? And I don't read upside down or reverse, so we're just going to flip it if it comes that way. I was supposed to clean this up. What the heck are they doing back there? Here comes the house, the snake, the sun, the garden, and the moon. So why this house? Why Miss Nancy's house? That's the first question, to follow up with what Chris was saying. The sun. The sun is... They wanted to show something. Something was going on at that house. You know, why was that Adult Protective Services card in Miss Nancy's door the day that she went missing? It says it's success, victory, confident, illumination. Something's going to be illuminated. The snake. The snake. Okay, what is the snake about? And oh, by the way, my name is Barbara. Welcome to Tarot with Barbara. I'm learning, okay? For those of you who are new, I'm never gonna say, oh, I'm a great tarot reader. I'm learning. And I hope that you guys are learning with me. This right here that we're reading now is Lenormand. It's a different system than tarot. So it says deceptive, dangerous, trouble, lies. There's lies. This family is packed full of lies. Lies, 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 lies. But something is going to be illuminated, right? Or they were trying to illuminate something. Here's the house where we put it right in the middle. And then the garden. Public recognition. Okay. This is society, party, public event. Huh. And then the moon. The moon is dreams, intuition, illusions, romance. So, was somebody fascinated with Miss Nancy? Some kind of deceiver in this snake right here. I don't think it's those homeless people. I don't think it's the homeless people that are on drugs. I don't think it's them. I think it's somebody who knows this family. All right? If it's not the family per se, it's somebody who's very close to the family and they know the family. I don't know what they're doing back there. All of a sudden I come here. Doesn't even sound like a leaf blower. What is that, a vacuum? So, I think it was somebody that had a fascination. I don't think it's a parasocial person. You know? I don't know why all these cards are backwards, upside down, inside out. Oh my God. I'm not going to deal with this. This feels like a Christmas tree light thing. So, let's do tarot. We're going to pull 5 cards. And we're going to ask, dear Lord, was this somebody who was fascinated with Annie? Annie is the Queen of Cups, remember, because of psychic ability. Was it somebody who was fascinated with Annie? Was it somebody who was fascinated with her? I don't know if tarot is going to tell us anything. 5 cards. And then I'm going to ask the question about monks. Monks intrigue. He did another video yesterday and he didn't care. He put out this video while Chris was streaming. A lot of streamers did not stream last night because Chris was streaming and they wanted to see what he had to say. But one good thing he did do though that I'm so happy with, he defended the streamers. And he made a promise, not a threat, but a promise that if they sue civilly, they have to take care of the criminal stuff first, but if they sue civilly because their First Amendment rights were trampled on, he will give his sources that he spoke with over there. The card has a whole thing here. He will give his sources and he will, I don't know what's going on, but the cards, I put it in the light. I don't think you guys can see it, but it has like streaks going there. It didn't get wet. Okay, I'm picking up the Fool. New beginnings, leap of faith, journey. Somebody is a fool that think they can get away with this. Generosity, giving and receiving help. 6 of Pentacles. What is that dog? The Knight of Swords. Ambitious, assertive, driven to succeed. I don't know who that knight is. 4 of Cups. Apathy, boredom, disconnected. I feel like if it's one of the family members, they were bored with... This is Tomasso. Since the beginning, I've given Tomasso this card because I feel like he's romantic. I feel like he's a charming person. He's imaginative and he's artistic because he plays the bass. He plays in a band. Is it somebody Tomasso knows? The King of Wands, visionary, natural leader, entrepreneur. I think we've given this to Cameron, right? Maybe it's somebody fascinated with Tomasso. Or Tomasso is involved somehow. Which leads to my next question. Monks' video, where he did something to the porch guy video. One time he inverted it. I don't know what he did this time. but he was drawing on it like that lady. Remember the lady that I used to watch and I told you she kind of embarrassed me in her chat, and I told you I was still going to watch, but I wasn't going to participate? I can't even watch. I don't like when people embarrass me, because she didn't have to embarrass me because I wasn't doing anything wrong. Somebody in her chat was talking to me when she was live, and I was answering the person, and she thought that I was bashing the person. The person had to speak up and say, hey, I'm here, she's talking to me, and then she apologized, but it's like, it already happened. I don't dislike her, I don't hate her, I just can't watch. But to give her all credit, she had already drawn, didn't fall? She had already drawn on the video, and she had already shown that the two bump here was the person's ears. Monks is kind of slow on catching up on that right now, Monks, and Monks is usually smart, but this lady is good at her sleuthing, right? She drew on that thing, and she suspects that it's Savannah that was in the suit. I'm still not sure that the person is a dude that was in the suit, you know, at the front door, porch guy. I think it might be porch gal, and it's all because of that guy that did speech. He's a speech person, and he did body language like a day after the porch guy video came out, and he said it's a girl. So honestly though, from two videos that Monks did, the way the person walked and what he did with that mask and face last night, it looks like Tomasso. I'm not saying that it's him, but it looks like him. And I'm confused, because when the lady did the drawing, it looked like Savannah too. I'm like, okay, I'm confused. Maybe it's none of them, you know? So let's pull the cards. What's she going so crazy for? She's jumping and touching the top of the damn thing. Who come? I wonder if Jory came. The way she acting indecent. Man. I wish I could show you what she's doing, but I don't have a... Oh yeah, Jory's in there. She probably brought the puppy. Did he bring the puppy? She going cuckoos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what we don't see coming. What was the question again? Does Tomasso have anything to do with this thing? The Hangman. Surrender, new perspective, pause. Kind of like the Fool, right? Strength, courage, patience, inner power. We might have to ask Lenormand that question. 9 of Pentacles, self-sufficiency, luxury, rewards, plenty. This is about money, huh? 7 of Cups. Don't we get this all the time from Miss Nancy's reading, guys? Many choices, illusions, delusions, fantasy. And then the 8 of Swords. Here comes Miss Nancy. Hi, Miss Nancy. How are you? You know that I gave her this card and the Empress, right? And I still believe she's alive. And this is about being restricted. See, the chicken is all tied up in the rotisserie thing right there and on the spigot. But it's about self-imposed restrictions. I still believe they told her, we have to hide you away because Savannah has threats. This doesn't tell me if Tomasso is involved. Honestly, it doesn't, because if the Knight of Cups had shown up in this one, I would have said yes, for sure. But the 7 of Cups is just talking to me about Miss Nancy. Whenever I tell people I think she's still alive, people kind of chuckle at me at first. Queen of Swords, this is Savannah. Astute, honest, independent, witty, direct. I don't think it's Tomasso. I think if Tomasso is involved, he was directed to do this, and he probably regrets it, because he's the only one that is not American citizen, right? I think he only has a green card. And don't get offended when I say only a green card, because I don't mean anything by it. It just means that they can remove that from you quicker than they can remove your citizenship. There was a time when I only had a green card for, what, 5 years? You know, and it was just the other day, 2002 to 2008. Right? I became a citizen in 08. So Miss Nancy's in here. There's a lot of illusions and delusions going on. I don't think them drug addicts have anything to do with it. I still think it's a tight inner circle of people. And I don't know, maybe they meant well at first. You know, maybe they meant well, saying, well, we got to put her in a home. She can't live by herself anymore. She's mentally as acute. Is it acute or astute? I don't know the word. Put the word down below for me. But physically she can't live by herself, and she don't want nobody to come live with her. She don't want to sell the house. You know, we're gonna have to put her somewhere, and we're gonna do a Jussie Smollett at the same time, you know, where we can get some attention so we can make more money. I don't know. Oh, I think I found the video. Yeah, I found the video where the sheriff was saying, just drop her off, bring her back. No questions asked. I'm gonna drop that right here if I still have it on the desktop, all right?
Whoever it is, whoever you are, please, just let her go. Bring her home. Give somebody a call.
So see, I feel like the sheriff is involved too, but we're not asking about him today. So we asked about Monk's question. So I think I wanted to ask something else, but I forgot right now, and it's 9:05. I better get going because Joe has to get there for 10. We're probably gonna leave here like 9:25. None of us ate yet because we woke up to a lot of stress this morning with the hose that goes from the laundry room to the fridge. It just broke at every spot last night, so it was stressful. Anyways, I'm at peace now. I want to ask the question about Alex. Remember the last time I read on him, he wasn't wanting a lawyer, and we said, you know, any defendant that has himself as a lawyer has a fool for a lawyer or something like that, right? We got the 3 of Swords for him and I didn't like it. Well, JLR sat his behind down and said, come up on the show today, we're going to do a fundraiser with Give Send Go. And they set the thing for $10,000, and inside of 3 hours he raised $12,000. So I pray to God that Alex is going to get a good lawyer to represent him, because he has a felony, that resisting arrest charge, which is bogus, because when they were pulling him one day and then one way and shoving him the next way, and he was trying to get in front of his camera because he knows that body cams go missing when they need to not go missing, right? So is Alex going to get a good representation? 7 of Cups, he has many choices now. Illusions, delusions, many choices. I feel like they're going to try to condense all his charges. Like, they might drop the felony to a misdemeanor and then try to do a deal like the NOLO that I told you guys. The NOLO meaning, yes, I'm going to take a conviction, but I'm not going to allocute. Meaning I'm not going to stand in front of a judge saying, I did it and this is what I did. Because then it would be a lie, because you don't believe you did that. And Alex is on video over and over again saying, I didn't do anything wrong, and he didn't, right? So for him to allocute at that point, that's going to be a lie. That's going to be perjury. So he can't plead nolo, right? Nolo contendere. How do I know so much about these law things? I watch a lot of law shows, and I've had extended family members that's been in trouble with the law before, and I know what these pleads mean. The Star, Hope, Healing, Guidance, Inspiration. I like this card. Okay. And then the King of Wands, Visionary, Natural Leader, Entrepreneur. This is probably JLR. JLR stepped up for him. I know 857 Tucson's doing his own thing too. I don't know how much he raised. I gotta go check. But I know Juice raised over 11,000. Alex raised over 12,000. And for a misdemeanor, it's 3,000 if you don't go to court, and 5,000 if the lawyer has to go to court if you want to plead not guilty and fight it. 7 of Swords, deception, fraud, sneakiness, theft. I hope nobody's gonna steal this money. Let nobody touch this money except for what it's needed for, God. And then the 7 of Pentacles, patience, investment, growth, harvest. I hope when it's done and he has money left over, he can invest it so that he can build back. And I hope that they sue, all 3 of them, and that they win. Knight of Wands, passion, bold, adventure, swift, daring. This might be Alex. These are better cards. These are better cards for Alex. Let's pull something on the 7 of Swords. 3 cards from Lenormand on the 7 of Swords. What's the 7 of Swords doing here, God? Remember, these cards are all upside down, inside out, so it is what it is. No. Yeah. I thought I had it wrong. Again, we got the ship for Alex. We got the house. I hope this is not the big house, meaning prison, but I don't think so. I think he might end up with a house when it's all said and done, because he lives in an apartment, right? And his kids all live in different apartments around him. And then the ship. I get the ship a lot for Alex. The ship is about journey and travel. And again, if you want to squint your eyes, you might say, oh, he's going to travel into jail, right? But no, I think he's gonna be freed, that he can travel to come see his mom in California. He can travel with JLR and them again, because JLR is like, we need to do some more travel, and he can't leave the state because of all this mess. And the letter is a message. Is a letter about a message. 27. It is email, documents, award, written information. He's gonna write a writ. My neighbors across the street always talk about writing a writ. You're gonna write a writ. I feel like these cards are better for Alex. I feel a lot more at peace. This is for the Gush Kathy. Yeah, so anyways, I'm glad I was able to do this read today. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Okay, I'm kind of low energy because I didn't eat breakfast, and at this point I'm not gonna eat breakfast. I'm just gonna head out with Joe. Bye.